Scar 36, and we are going to
I'm going to go ahead.
do this. We'll see if we can do
Welcome
this
to
as a
Stellar
shadow.
13.
Listening to,
Sergeant Schulte here playing Axis
in a
Allies Global
ghost-like
1940.
fashion.
This is Crockett 36. His house rule game. This is Italy turn 3. For 15, we're going to buy 2 subs and 1 infantry. That's what we're buying. Combats. We're going to go ahead and push towards France. Take everything to Tunisia. Tank, 2 artillery, 3 infantry, 8 Crockett. So turn 1, Italy lost 1 infantry attacking Tunisia.
Okay.
I only have 3 here.
Super. Thanks, man.
With the infantry, artillery, and retreated with just the infantry.
Gotcha.
Italy goes up 1 for Tunisia. The next combat is going to be, we're going to go after that infantry in Rostov. I'm going to send a fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4 off of an airbase. Bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will land in Ukraine. And then what else
Evil.
are we doing? We're going to give Germany the rest of that money up there. We're not going to take anything else. We'll let Germany get the money. So I think that, down here. Kind of want to do go up to that destroyer here. We'll send this cruiser 1, 2 to 96. Send a cruiser there to 96. And I think that's it. Everything else is non-combat moves. Yeah. So let's go up here. That's a battle. I've got a 3 and a 4. My 4 and my 3. And there's his 2 for Rostov. And everybody hits. Everybody hits.
Oh, this would have been sweet.
But
check that out.
I don't want to lose that bomber. I don't think.
That would have been sweet.
I can bomb stuff with that.
See, maybe it's only me rolling dice. But that would have been the result.
We will keep the bomber and lose the fighter.
Oh, man. That would have been the result right there.
Lose the fighter. Down here, 3 against a 2. 3 against a 2.
I'll just show you the battle.
And they both miss. I don't want to lose that bomber, I don't think. Everybody hits. But, what am I going to lose? I don't want to lose that bomber, I don't think. I can bomb stuff with that. Has more options. Down here, 3 against a 2. 3 against a 2. And they both miss. 3 against 2. And my cruiser hits and his destroyer misses. So that worked out.
Am I in edit mode?
And then I think everything else is non-combat moves. They're staying put down here in British Somaliland. Everything else. So up here, we're going to send 2 tanks from Eastern Poland, 1, 2 down to Ukraine. The infantry and the anti-aircraft gun are going to move up to Western Ukraine. No, you know what? They're going to go to Baltic. A gun and 3 infantry go up to Baltic. They'll go there.
Tanks right here.
Here,
Infantry Baltic.
we're gonna send. We can rail 3 spaces, so we're gonna send an infantry 1, 2 to Romania, and we'll rail this artillery 1, 2, 3 to Romania. We'll start sending stuff that way.
Let's see that. I think he sent the artillery. Yep.
And I think that is it for Italy. Quick turn. So we're going to place 2 subs in 93. Infantry will go northern Italy. And that is it. Italy is on $16. $16.
This is 15.
For Italy.
Not that one. 1, 2.
Recap for Italy will be
5.
3 infantry,
9,
1 tank, 2 artillery in Tunisia.
10.
Cruiser in 96.
3, 14.
Destroyer transport in 93. Infantry in northern Italy. 3 AA guns, 4 infantry, southern Italy. 3 infantry, 1 tank, 2 artillery in Tunisia.
Yep.
Cruiser in 96. 4 subs. Destroyer transport in 93. Infantry in northern Italy. 3 AA guns, 4 infantry, southern Italy.
Yes.
1 infantry, northern Italy. I think I said that. Infantry, artillery in Romania. 2 tanks and a bomber in Ukraine. Up there in Baltic states is 1 anti-aircraft gun and 3 infantry. And then there's still 3 infantry and an artillery in British Somaliland. And that is Italy.
I think it's only 15 now.
Out.
1, 2, 5, 9.
Welcome, Stalag 13.
9 and 3 is 12. And then I think you own this one, 13, 14, 15. So I'm counting 15, but that's what the computer says. Maybe I'm wrong. Yugoslavia, current owner, Italy. Yep. Okay. All right. That was that. So we will go to Anzac, which we'll buy no tech because that doesn't exactly make sense. So this is $20 at great cost, by the way. Huge cost right here. So let's see what I can do with that because I've been tangling over this. And there's been purposes. There's like 4 different purchases. One thing, I killed a unit that could be brought into India. Another reason, I gave Anzac a bonus. So this is $5. I gave India 3, but not really because I knew they'd be convoyed to death. But the other factor was I was taking away this harbor so that this has less of a chance to respond to the Caroline Island move, but not exactly because, he goes 1, 2, 3 and makes Okinawa. Much, much more likely he's going to go to Philippines, which is 2 spaces away. So it does stop him from any attack on 54. Which could be significant, I suppose. But I think probably at this point in time I have a bigger Navy and super subs than he will at the end of, I think I have more assets in the region than he does if we include both navies. So I think that would not be a good move on his part. It's pretty big, though. Anyways, that was my rationale for such an expense. It was an experiment. I'm not sure I will do it again. It does add to the pressure that's being exerted by the skirmishes along the Chinese border, the skirmishes along the northern border, um, the skirmishes here and here, um, and then, of course, we have India and Anzac producing stuff. This has 3 destroyers, so I'm pretty tempted to try and convoy some stuff, which would spread his destroyers out as he attempts to keep a handle on that. He did buy 2 new destroyers. Super sub there, 2 super subs there, 1 there, and 4 there. No Anzac units left in Southeast Asia. 2 in Transjordan that I told him would go to Iraq. This becomes a really interesting front. He's about to move into the Caucasus, which I've already seen this turn. Um, but he doesn't move in force. And the question is, can he move in force? And I think the answer is probably no, on account of the huge army that's about to be in here, and because I have so much money, I'm going to be able to put some tanks in that force, or at least maybe entirely artillery, making Bryansk uh, an offensive threat. This is what I'm calling the Karelian Nut or Germany Poor strategy. Very likely Russia is going into Korea. Um, I know that's going to bring a lot of forces down on Russia, and he's going to start losing territory in the east, but it stretches his operations out. So he's way down here, um, and he's got to fight whatever battles he chooses to fight, which I'm assuming again he will go to Philippines. Um, he is man poor except in this area, and to add the pressure, even a successful campaign here um, just stretches his resources. And these planes, which, a lot of times when you're looking at these plane battles, there'll be all 21 planes attacking one place. Well, if he has to use a lesser number of planes on this front, and then this front, and then down here in this front, that means more infantry losses, which, when you think inflationary terms, uh, we could also think about the combined enemies of Japan. Um, the $6 that I'm receiving from this, the 20 that I'm receiving from this, and the portion that I'm spending for the Americans. And that could be analyzed in inflationary terms. And then that destroyer, or perhaps that sub, is costing him about 1/10 of his income, whereas the combined expenditures of 6, 12 and 16 is 28, 38 plus the plane. Um, and then here, 48, 58, and then here, 58 and 6, 58 and 6, 64, plus 6 more here, 64, 70. So with Japan making 63, it's slightly less. Um, and then this is hard to compute because it's already spent. But if we count resources that were put into this area, The Americans put 5 in. He put 4 ships. 3 mech were put in. 2 infantry are put in here. 2 mechs over here. 3 subs over here. So what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to outproduce him in the Pacific and trying to stretch him out. So all of this is an analysis is in order to determine whether I throw these subs away. Threaten to convoy these. I've got 4. I can only convoy 2, I think. Well, if I use the destroyer and the cruiser, I can convoy all of them. But I mean, he's going to be successful if I do that, though. That's the big deal there. A bomber would be really handy to nail. He is being very careful with his transports, and I commend him for that. But the bomber would be a factor because he's going to have to split this up. So I'd like to make him split those up, and I'd like to be able to pick at those. But a factory would be nice out of New South Wales, but I can't really. I mean, practically speaking, over the long haul, it does not work well. He's going to be able to take that back. I think I'm going with 3 subs. I'm going to go with 2 subs and a transport, actually, guys. Sorry, that will be an edit I'll need to do. 2 subs and a transport, because this sub is about to be thrown away. All right, combat moves. So I told him I would go here. I will keep to that. Okay, let's see how this looks. So that is an obvious possibility. Again, very easy kills. I'll tell you what. Let's try it this way. Let's try the shadow. So in the shadow version, that reaches out and touches someone. He has to spread himself out. I'm not convoying, but I will be convoying. And this gives me the opportunity to the possibility of him not being convoyed. This pins 4 destroyers in this area, is what I'm trying to say inartfully. I'm going to pull this one over here. My cruiser's already dead, apparently. Be incredible to get Philippines back, but obviously short-lived. This is a $7 turnaround. This, however, is a $7 turnaround as well. No, $8 turnaround. Him having to skirmish over Malaya, Celebes, concerned about the convoying. He moves up to the Philippines, and he's still got this situation, and then spread this out. Get a force over here that will be then attempt to be killed. Of course, I'm almost inviting him to invade um, Australia. The only question I have is this one right here. I'm not 100% sure that has any value whatsoever. I'm trying to get him to spread out that navy, disperse that navy, and all of a sudden I can skirmish down here, and he's got another front to just mind bending to be able to try to handle this skirmish battle down here. Um, this one in central, this one in the north, and then the forces coming from the west. So it's just pressure. I think I will let Celebes be, wasting something every turn. This is helpful as a can opener. I'm going to go with that. There's some flexibility here. Oh, I get it. Got it. All right, good. There's some flexibility here. There's some art. Let's just go for open. I don't think I have many troops left, honestly, on the board. All right, so I want to place these three here. I'll go to, and $25. That's the other thing, of course. Okay, so I'm going to game edit. This is going out. This is going in. I'm hesitant to buy it because I don't have a clear dominance in the, got to change resources by 1 to 24. Still 24 is extremely healthy. All right. And that prompts us to take a look at the total income for the Allies being 209, total for the Axis being 126. Let's widen this out. Analysis production right now is 158 and 105 for the Axis. Those are good numbers. 301 units with 241. This is still very safe, almost a 300-ish, 350-ish difference between the total unit value. So nice in the Anzac turn to take that moment to reflect on our numerical differences. No politics, I don't think. And let's do some combat moves. Go to active units. This guy, I told him I would go to Iraq. I'm going to try to, he's going to come down here, and I'll try to do a little blocker to keep him out as long as possible. And I told him this fighter would go to Egypt. And I'm going to back these guys up. Preserve the fight, the skirmish. Bring these, make him bring all these guys as far in as possible. Plus, turn all these guys into units that territories that can be taken over by the Americans. But it does enrich the Italians. And that's it. I don't think there's any non-coms. That's it. All right. I'm going to do a recap. 2 French units in London, 3 in Morocco, 1 in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, 1 in Egypt, 1 in Iraq. And then the Anzac has 2 infantry in Iraq. And then there's a sub in 57, in 56, 55, 45. There's a transport in 44. Infantry artillery on Celebes. 2 subs and 1 transport in 62 with 2 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft in Queensland, 1 infantry in New Zealand, two fighters on Caroline, and one destroyer in season 33. $24 for the Anzac. All right, and that is Crack It Out.